live.
Now we are. What is up?
Hi,
all
world.
you fishing addicts out there. None of you are tuned in yet.
Oh, you did it. Yeah.
Oh, sick, dude. Gonna mess.
We got him! He's dead!
All you guys tuning in right now are probably wondering why the hell we have a sturgeon laying on the table. Cameron, before we
the same thing.
before we get all these like hate comments of you guys are like death killing like these endangered sturgeon, can you explain to all the people out there watching? Because I know there's a lot of people on YouTube that probably follow us from around the country that are used to sturgeon being a catch and release fish only.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of places they're not. I mean, there's some places in Washington State where it's a 2 per day limit, 36 to 72 inch. It just depends on the fishery that you're in. There's lots of fisheries that you can keep lots of sturgeon.
Yeah.
This particular fishery is managed for for the Lower Columbia. It's managed for a 6-inch slot limit. And I'm kind of one of those guys that are a little on the fence. Like, I've killed so many of these stupid things in my life that I'll never kill another one again. But I'm not going to begrudge, other people who haven't had the opportunity to harvest. I mean, dude, because like I said, back 90s and 2000s, every November through March, that's all we did was go out and kill.
So you filled up your tag. Yeah.
What tag?
Yeah.
Did you say tag? There was no tag. It was a daily limit. You know, sometimes it was 36 inches to 72 inch total length. I mean, and that's all we did. There was no tag. So regardless,
basically what you're telling me is that you killed all the sturgeon.
Killed a lot of
Cameron.
I'll be honest with you, killed a lot of sturgeon. But I guarantee I don't had near what the effect the sea lions did, which is really why we're in the mess.
Well, if you look, especially like up at Bonneville in the museum, you see these have almost been fished out completely in the Columbia like 2 or 3 times since the late 1800s. So it is kind of cool how resilient they are to bounce back, even though they lived for so long.
They're resilient. I mean, they're an important, economic kind of driver to this area, and it's a big popular fishery, and people like to catch them, and blah blah blah. So,
And
I guess
they're fun. They're fun.
Oh, they're awesome to catch. I mean, there's nothing better than going down in July and going and catching and releasing literally 50 fish this size, maybe a little bigger, maybe a little smaller, but 50 fish within that side in 4 hours of tide.
Yeah,
just incredible.
And I will say the reason I go out and like to harvest one every now and then is they're so damn good.
Yeah, they are good to eat.
We were trying to talk Clint into cooking some right here on live feed.
What the hell? Where's the oil?
That's what I said.
Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, the slot limit that you're allowed to retain a sturgeon is 44 inches to 50 inches fork length. So the fish has to be laying down on its side, the tip of the nose to the fork of the tail. This way, none of these guys can do this little, that's there, sir. Here, you get a lot of tail play there, but if it's fork length, they can't really fudge that. So it's 44 to 50 inches, and it's 2 per person per year. 2 per person per year now, and 1 per day. So, like I said, but if you are lucky enough to hit that 6-inch slot limit, I guess it wouldn't be 6 inches, would it? 44 to 50? Yeah, it'd be 6 inches. I'm really tired. Math wasn't my strong suit. No, I'm kidding. Then you're able to take one home, and because they think that population of those size sturgeons is robust enough to be able to allow some take. So, cool. Here we go.
So tonight,
we can't see comments.
We were stoked.
We'll get on it.
We're on Facebook right now, so.
Wait, what?
It's only sending to Facebook.
Oh,
sending to YouTube,
well, lucky Facebook.
Live.
Gotcha. So we're still saving to YouTube. Regardless, tonight we're going to fillet this for you guys. We got Swanson in the house. We're going to kind of go over a lot of the techniques, the setup. Cam's got a nice rod here. We're going to set everything up for you guys, talk bait, allow you guys to ask a lot of questions about this opener and this weekend, and pick these guys' brains on
we were out
sturgeon
there
magic. Yeah, exactly.
In the meantime, we're going to give you guys an opportunity to win some prizes like we always do. We got one of the Gerber tethers. These things just clip onto your belt or onto your wherever, and they just hold whatever tools you want. They're pretty sweet. Okuma fishing hat as well. All you got to do is just share this. Please share this live feed out there. Share it to all your family, friends, Facebook groups, wherever you normally hang out. We're going to randomly select from the comments someone to win one or both of these. Probably just one, and then we'll pick another winner to win another one. So.
We're going to ask them a question, though, in the comments?
Nope, just comment below.
Right.
Just keep commenting, interacting. Start asking your question. Get your questions in about sturgeon, what you want to know about sturgeon. And then we're also going to have Swanson coming in here. Clint, do you got something we can cut to let Swanson roll in here? Do a quick little break?
Yeah.
There it is.
Here we go.
Hey, everybody.
You want me to switch?
Yeah, let's do a quick little cutaway, guys. We're going to cut away real quick, and then when we get back, Swanson's going to join on, and we're going to fillet this sturgeon.
Fillet and talk sturgeon.
Hey, what's up out there, fishing addicts? My name is Marlon with Addicted Fishing, and welcome to our channel.
Oh my God! That's what it's all about.
So here at Addicted, we've been educating, entertaining, and inspiring anglers for almost 10 years. We've been creating content about how-tos, tips and tricks, awesome, entertaining fishing content. Take a look for yourself right here.
Fish on. Oh! It's exactly what we were looking for. Look at that fish. George. Yes, please.
In any style of fishing, whether it's with a float or it's with a spinner or whatever, we're gonna start close, we're gonna make a medium cast, and then we're gonna cast far.
Bing, boom. Get this fish
Bing,
on.
boom.
We land. Bing, boom.
Bing,
Is that
bing,
music?
boom.
Should I start doing that? Bing, boom.
Bing boom! Bing boom! Fish on! Coming down! We got the boat. This is the boat that we gave away to one of our fans. We're taking it to get wrapped right now. It's gonna be pretty sick.
All right, addicts, so thanks so much for joining us on our journey. Please tap that subscribe button and turn on those bell notifications so you get instant upload notifications to your phone, and we'll see you on the river. Hey, what's up out there, fishing addicts? My name is Marlon with Addicted Fishing, and welcome to our channel.
Oh my God! That's what it's all about.
So here at Addicted, we've been educating, entertaining, and inspiring anglers for almost 10 years. We've been creating content about how-tos, tips and tricks, awesome, entertaining fishing content. Take a look for yourself right here.
Fish on. Oh! It's exactly what we were looking for. Look at that fish. George. Yes, please.
In any style of fishing, whether it's with a float or it's with a spinner or whatever, we're gonna start close, we're gonna make a medium cast, and then we're gonna cast far.
Bing, boom. Get this fish
Bing,
on.
boom.
We land. Bing, boom.
Bing,
Is that
bing,
music?
boom.
Should I start doing that? Bing, boom.
Bing boom! Bing boom! Fish on! Coming down! We got the boat. This is the boat that we gave away to one of our fans. We're taking
Go back. Quick,
Hi everyone, we're back.
Yes,
did it.
Zach,
Woo!
do we actually
Sheer
have a sturgeon
pandemonium.
on the desk? Yes, we do actually have a Columbia River white sturgeon on the desk. And I know all you people on Facebook are going to be super annoyed with us. But Cam, can you just kind of do a quick rundown of what you said so the people at YouTube that we didn't have on
Yeah,
here?
real fast, guys. So we got a sturgeon on the desk today. Our buddy Clint, producer guy, which is the reason why we were late to YouTube.
He was catching sturgeon, so he's got a good excuse.
He was catching sturgeon for you guys. So a couple of you of us went out. Eric Swanson, myself, Clint went out today. We all went out, caught a few sturgeon. Clint was fortunate enough to get a nice big keeper that he was going to actually be able to bring back. He didn't have to send it off with clients. So here it is. So actually, Eric's going to chop this sucker up today during the live feed. So show you guys. We're going to talk some sturgeon fishing because we do have a season in the Lower Columbia going every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday till June 5th. Very tightly, very highly managed fishery. 2 per person per year, 1 per person per day. So you got 2 tags for this fishery. And the fork lengths have to be 44 to 50 inches only. Literally, fork length, 6 inches. However you want to measure,
And
6 inches.
they're probably one of the most tasty fish you can put in the fryer.
Well,
in
it's
my
great
opinion.
too that they give you that opener down close to the ocean. Because for a lot of you that don't know, these fish go back and forth into the salt water. So
Some do.
when you get these lower estuary fish, you can usually tell a lot by the color. Correct. The fresher ones are a little bit more.
People, hold on. I'm going to stop everybody right now. I knew the scoots was going to come up. The most spiniest scooted fish you find anywhere. So I used to tag sturgeon for the Washington Fish and Wildlife in all the pools and in the lower and in frickin' Grays Harbor. The sharpest scoots you find are in those upper reservoir pools. The ones that are sitting in Bonneville, the ones that are sitting in the Dalles pool and the John Day pool. Scoots have to do with the growth year, that growth cycle of the fish. So sturgeon grow pretty heavily like in the springtime as temperatures warm up and food's kind of abundant. That's when you see like that sharp scoot growth.
Right.
Oh, it's fresh from the ocean.
fish
I'm
has
like,
more nutrients.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
There's no way to know that unless it's got a freaking tag.
I will tell you, if you see the ones that have like the poop brown belly, they're probably not fresh from the ocean.
Exactly.
I would have to agree. Because I mean, and then you think about it too, like, and like I said, it's so. I think it's. And what's funny is that the way it was explained to me was that it literally is a fish by fish basis unless you know. Unless it's got a tag or a pit tag in it,
you can actually
then
know.
you actually know. Like, it's really kind of so before we hear scoots, but no, this fish is a nice, super healthy, fresh fish. You got to remember this time of year. Hopefully, those fish were able to get down, on some of that dead smelt run. So it's a good time of year. This is the time of year they traditionally start getting nice and fat.
Yeah.
And of course, all these fish are moving downriver into the estuary zones to get even fatter.
To eat.
Sometimes these fish in the summer will even.
Be just chunky.
Just chunked out
Especially
even
up
more.
the shad.
Yeah.
So all you guys watching, we're giving you an opportunity to win a prize pack. We got an Okuma fishing hat as well as a Gerber tether. If you guys want an opportunity, just please share this out there and make sure that you're commenting. The more comments you guys bring in, the better. Ask us questions about sturgeon fishing. Super excited. We do have Eric Swanson from Eric Swanson Outdoors in tonight, one of our addicted guides. Awesome guy. If you have not gone out fishing with him or any of these other addicted guides, make sure you get out on their boats because it's a good time.
Yeah. And Corey, I'm going to disagree because I've literally tagged thousands in the Bonneville pools and the Dallas pool and the Johns White. I used to do the long lining project up there. And like I said, it's a fish by. I'm not saying that ocean fresh fish can't have sharp scoots, but trust me, dude, go up there and get some of those fish too. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
They'll be sticking out like a half inch. Just razors, little buggers. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, guys, just keep getting your questions in. Eric, we'll just probably let you just jump right in. We're
Yeah.
not going to do a cut right now.
Nope, we
Just
don't
have
need
you
to do
jump
a
right
cut.
in, and then we'll freaking let you chop this boy up.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Because let's do this.
Yeah, talk about the sturgeon too,
Well, that's
Cam.
what I'm saying. We're going to talk about the sturgeon a bit, and then what we'll do is we'll cut him up, and then we'll get this fish put on ice. We just took him out of a big kill bag there. We'll get him cut up, and then we'll talk a little bit about, like I said, Eric and I and Clint were all out there today. We were all catching fish, and we'll go from there. So let's get the fish cut up, and if you want to do that, that'd be perfect. And then I'll watch Eric sweat here when he cleans this up. It'll be perfect.
Been up since 3 a.m. So if I
Share
screwed
this
up,
feed out, guys. A lot of people want to see Mr. Sturgeon here.
Yeah.
Get whacked.
So first thing I want to tell you guys is there's a million ways to do it, and this isn't the only way, but this is the way I've found to be the quickest, easiest, and most effective. So what I like to do is I like to take the knife on these top scoots, go right in, slowly work your way towards the back.
Do we have side camera access? Do we want to do this?
Yeah, I gave it so you could just go free.
Oh, look at this. Go free.
It might go a little. It might be a little blurry.
Whoa.
though.
I like that, Clint.
Oh,
That
that's
is cool.
perfect.
What are you doing there?
So I'm taking the knife and I'm running it right along the top of the scoots, right towards the back.
Ew, why do you do it that way? We already do it completely different ways.
So you run it down.
Don't waste my meat.
I'm not going to.
Oh, terrible cut, Swanson.
Whatever.
Dude, let us know how you guys comment below. Let us know how you like this
Don't
view.
razz him. This is mine.
The only reason why I'm doing this is because he's actually cutting and I'm not.
So you stop right there.
All that stuff.
Then what we want to do,
Not
Nice
all
little
of it.
cut
yeah,
all the
just
way up.
right down the back,
Grab the
just
bag
like
really
that.
quick.
Poor little
And then-
sturgeon.
Then what we want to do is we'll flip this
what?
guy over.
Flip it over.
Just like this. Sucker's heavy. Then we'll take this top cut, go right down to the bottom diamonds, just like this. This is a funky angle. Take it right down to those bottom diamonds like so.
Don't puncture. Whenever you guys clean a sturgeon, try not to puncture the gut cavity. We'll show you guys here in a bit. So you don't want to get too crazy with the knife in there. It gets
And actually, I'm
kinda
going to
stanky.
flip this the other way.
Yep.
He looks heavy.
Look at our crew, guys.
Hey
There's
everybody.
Josh. There's Jordan. Clint's hiding in the back.
Dude, we're getting the jet boil ready. We're going to boil some of this.
No,
Dude,
you got some
poor,
7-Up?
Poor man's lobster. I got
Poor man.
Sprite. It's the same thing.
Awesome.
Alrighty, guys. So you go from your top
I got
top
Sprite.
scoots down to these bottom scoots
Boil
here.
it in Sprite?
Just follow it
Poor man's lobster.
right back.
And not going. Now notice how very little he's going
Yeah,
in
you
with
wanna-
the knife. He's not going in there. He's not just jamming it in there and going crazy.
Using about the top 1 inch of that blade, probably.
And like I said, you do it. I'm going to do the other side.
'Kay.
Because you do it. I'm a little backwards.
come like so. And this is really important, guys, because we're going to put the knife blade through the skin here, so you don't want to go super deep, because when we go to pull the fillet off, if the meat comes with it, you're screwed.
Okay. So you're just outlining the skin.
I'm just outlining the skin.
You skin these first. Interesting to watch.
Just like that, and don't cut yourself when you come through.
Actually, if you cut yourself, it'd be kind of funny.
All right, guys, so this is a really important thing. So we want to get our knife blade right underneath the skin.
Were you here when I was telling about hanging them by a rope? Oh, I used to hang them just hang them by the rope. It's the best.
Right underneath the skin, just like that.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like tracing a tuna loin.
Just.
What
What you want to do is
I was thinking it. You said it. Here we go.
Right underneath the skin, just like that.
Eat those cheeks.
Come back around. Go out, and then I'm going to get it just a little bit further here.
So you're just skinning.
Yeah, I'm just going
You're
right.
skinning it. Or you're leaving the meat there, but you're just kind of running.
Yep, just like that. And pop it out.
And yes, Curtis Youngren, that is a lot of fillet away mats.
Perfect. And then so now we have the skin off.
Okay.
And then we take the pliers. Somebody mind grabbing the tail there for me?
Gotcha.
Take this. Get a good grip on it.
Oh, the whole skin's coming off. Look at that.
Just like that.
Nice.
Ew.
Takes that little chunk of fat off there too, which is great. Kind of accounts for a little extra cleaning.
All right. So now, once you guys have the skin off, you flip it back over on its top. Just like this. Thank you, Jordan. And now, just cut the fillet out.
Dang, you're like a halibut.
I don't understand how
Almost.
you can't find something here.
Just like that.
Look at that. The fish looks like all gnarly. Like look at the camera view. He's got like his tats on him or something. He's just all
War
colored
paint,
up.
yeah.
War paint, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a steelhead. Got a red stripe.
Come down here.
Sucks. It's turned into a community fish.
Right?
You guys see that all good?
Perfect.
Down a little bit.
Patrick, there's it. Eric Swanson was not that careful with mine in January.
Oh wow!
What?
Mean.
Do you fry or grill? We do both, and we may just do that tonight. We'll see.
Perfect.
You may just boil.
Smoked is pretty good too. But
Oops, sorry, stepping on the cord, guys. Get up in there.
Have you ever had it pickled?
No,
Very good too.
like smoked is really good too. But
He's just working it out. What is the meat comparable to? It's very comparable to a halibut. It's white. It's a white meated fish, very, very mild, but I would say it's a little more firm than a halibut.
I was gonna say I don't feel like it dries out as quick
Yeah.
when you cook it as some halibut seems to.
Let me come back through.
Looks tasty though.
Sturgeon. Skylar Edvison, a lot of people do just fish and chips in your favorite beer batter, panko batter, tempura batter. All of the above, man. It's a very versatile fish. Any way you'd cook a halibut, or like a walleye, any white meated fish, you could cook a sturgeon that way. Yep.
Those are fillet away fish mats, you guys.
And a lot of them.
Yeah.
Look at that. We are butchering a well, not a live.
Marlon, they
sturgeon.
can buy these on the website, can't they? Then you go to Fillet Away.
Yeah, filletawayfishmats.com.
Yep, filletawayfishmats.com is where you can find
Yeah,
these.
it'd be great on the Traeger smoker grill. I bet. I bet it'd be fantastic on the Traeger smoker grill.
Yeah, it'd probably be amazing.
As you can see, it's a real white meat. Very firm.
Perfect. And you just trim it away, just like that from the tail.
Yeah. So flip that over if you wouldn't mind just for a minute. Sorry, Mr. Sturgeon. You taste too good. Everybody, let's look at his mouth.
But as you guys can see from this, you miss almost no meat, just maybe a little bit along the backbone. But other than
No,
that,
I mean, that's
you mean
very,
it's
very clean.
You're not going to miss much.
Maybe smoke up the fins or something like that if you're really feeling
whatever you
frisky.
want.
Very
Yeah.
good job.
And then what you guys want to
Nice
do is
brush.
afterwards trim the belly fat, belly chunks out, and
Yeah,
then
flip it over because we got to talk
Yep.
about that red stuff.
Yep. And so this is what gives it the super fishy, gross taste. So,
Yeah, so any of this red fat, you know what? Let's do me a favor. Will you cut this in half? Because we're gonna cut it in half.
Yeah.
Anyways. Just give me a little cut right here.
'Kay.
Just slice it in half, do a cross section so people can see how deep the fat goes. There you go. As you can see, so yeah, perfect. Just like that. Hold that up a little bit. So you guys can see that layer of red fat right there. You just want to make sure that you just trim that off. And obviously you got a lot of good meat there. And so the fat doesn't really go that deep, so you're not going to lose a lot of meat by doing that. But you want to make sure that there's none of that red fat there. Yeah.
trim it off.
Yep, yeah.
And so generally, what I'll tell my clients is, if they're gonna eat half of it and freeze half of it, freeze the half and leave this on it. Because if it's gonna freeze or burn, it's gonna freeze or burn this stuff. And then when you go to unthaw it, you trim it all off there. And if there's gonna be freeze or burn, it'll come right off.
Yep, yeah.
So
Very nice.
yeah, so then we'll just trim these guts out of here.
Yeah, those are just rib bones basically. They're just like a salmon.
Just trim that stuff. Right on out.
Clint, are we still getting new comments?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
Traeger is not a smoker. It's wood production.
Sturgeon cheeks.
Sorry, I had to put a voice to that.
I wonder if there is a sturgeon cheek.
Sure
Have you ever done sturgeon cheeks?
I boiled the whole head.
Apparently, we left all the salmon cheeks
I
in there.
saw.
Sorry, guys.
All right, back to actually filleting the fish out.
What are you looking for?
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to
Perfect.
stay out of the way of
Yeah.
the sharp knife, but I only have such a long cord.
Yeah, just
Here
try
we go.
and be meticulous here. Get all this stomach crap out of there.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, how many people want a chunk of sturgeon? Highest bidder, go. Just
Yeah.
kidding. Just kidding, guys.
You see this?
What's up? I didn't see.
What does Sal have to say?
I didn't see what. now?
370 on Facebook.
Oh well. Yeah, guys. So yeah, Corey, the whole sturgeon skeletal and backbone and ribs are nothing but cartilage. It is very. It's a. Yeah, like so, you don't got any kind of pin bones. There's nothing like that. It's
Cool.
a cartilaginous fish, I guess, is what you'd want to call it for sure.
So there you guys have
410.
a perfect sturgeon fillet.
Look at that.
Right there.
And I wish the black fish fillet away mats weren't blowing that out because look at that.
Ooh, baby.
Yum.
Yeah.
You loaded that stuff right into your truck, didn't you?
Look at that.
Yeehaw.
So, what are we
let-
gonna do with the rest of this damn sturgeon mess that we got going on? You want to go back to the main camera?
Do you
there?
want to fillet the
Yeah.
normal?
Do you wanna
the
show
other
it?
side?
So what I like to do is I take the scoots off and then I will take the fillet off basically and then I skin it just afterwards because then it
That's
removes a lot of the fat. But like he's to his point,
like you
if
would
you're
a
gonna
Lincoln
freeze
fillet
it.
or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're gonna freeze it, it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world because like you said, you're gonna have that freezer burn loss most likely
Right.
or some of it if you're gonna freeze it for a long period of time. And so you have just like you would do like a deer or an elk, chunk of meat. That's cool. Get white mats. Yes, Sal, we need to do that.
Perfect. All right, you want me to hold the camera and you can do the other side?
No, your hands are dirty. You can just whip it out.
Oh boy.
Here, what do you need?
I told you how
I think it's time to go back to the other,
Yeah, we'll go back to the other camera. We'll let
and then we can
we'll let
talk.
Eric
We can
mess
talk some
around
sturgeon
here.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys fire off your questions there. I know Jordan wrote a couple of them down there.
What do you need?
Yeah.
There you go.
And then we'll get back. We'll go back to the main cam here.
Well done, Clint.
What's my fish? I'm trying.
This is half my fish now that I'm playing this sucker.
What?
This is
Well, then
gonna cost you.
I get none of it then.
Yeah.
This will be my half.
This will be my half. It's the,
Tail
the,
piece.
the big chunk.
10 pounds of sturgeon meat.
These slackers just doing nothing back here. How many of you guys have seen this whole studio out here? Yeah. Now you get the 360 view.
someone go
This is
ahead.
kind of fun.
Like command 1.
Command 1, Josh. Okay.
Or, like,
If the live feed goes out, it's because Josh.
Sal, I would say you probably only want to use
well,
the back
like
or the
squiggly
Ziplocs.
thing and the 1. Go back to the main cam. There you
Boom. I'm not afraid
There
to
we
fillet it. I'll fillet it. I don't really care.
What a
You gonna do
stud.
it?
go. Yeah, let's see how you do the other way.
Now I get the tough side because the.
Oh,
is gone.
excuses.
Give me a knife. Shut up.
We'll see.
I think sturgeon is better than catfish.
Oh, hands down.
Yeah. Somebody I know, but now I'm annoyed because that was. Yes. Cameron explained sturgeon and how old they really are.
I'm gonna have to get
How
at you
old
here.
is that fish, Cameron?
So keeper sturgeon, generally for the lower Columbia, would be about 12 to 13 years old before they reach the 42 total length of the 42 total length. You better watch it.
Whack. Yeah. Cut my jugular.
And then generally, like by the time they reach that 60-inch total length, they'd usually be, I think, about 24 or 25 years old. So this fish, he's probably right in the middle of that. He's probably 16,
Yeah.
17, 18. How long was this? How long was the total length on him?
50.
Because it was 49 and a half fork.
49 and a half.
Yeah, so this would be about the biggest size you could keep in this fishery.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be it'd probably be about 53, 54. So he's probably close to 20 years. This fish was probably close to 20-year-old. What a jerk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh.
How are you gonna sleep tonight?
With a full belly.
Attaboy.
With a full
Less hungry than you are. Calmer than you are, dude.
You like to come in and remove all the scoots before you even
I
start
remove all the scoots
This
just
seems
because
like a lot more fun.
the skinning process.
This seems like a lot more work.
Well, we'll
just
see
kidding.
about that. Like I said, it's just a different way of doing it. And I'm
the
gonna get
devil's
all.
advocate.
What's
A lot
that?
of ways to skin a cat.
You
Huh?
want that side cam?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, you ready? Alright, hang on.
Well, Clint, you just hit command 2 and.
Listen to Josh. Josh is a pro now.
So to answer Sal, we're gonna go back to Sal's comment about whether to use a Ziploc or a vacuum seal. Obviously, if you're gonna store it for a long time, you're gonna want to vacuum seal it. And with any kind of fish, I'd say over like 6 to 9 months, not even a whole year, I would want to let it last. If you guys have that fish that's sitting in the freezer for a long
Yeah.
period of time, do something with it because it's gonna start to freezer burn, regardless of what kind of precautions that you take. So
Right. You
Ziploc
know what?
if you're going to eat it within 3 to 5 days, and then make sure to get it in the vacuum sealer and get it in the freezer.
I always say too, the fish you catch are kind of special. Try to eat them when they're fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh is best. You got me kind of doing this the tough way. So what I would do, first thing I'd do real quick is, if I was going to do it this way, I would have the fish on its belly, and I would run both sides of the backbone down, and then start to fillet it open like a little butterfly. Just because they get a little kind of awkward to do if you have one fillet off.
Somebody was talking about hanging them.
Yeah, hanging them is, there's no better way than not to hang them. Oh, sorry, Clint.
What?
I'm just saying that just to be a jerk.
Oh.
Just to make fun of you.
That's the way I've seen my dad do it.
The hanging way?
No, the way you're doing it right there. The old
Yeah.
man way.
Well, Brad, give one of these two fine fellows a call when you get out here in July.
Yeah,
A
catch
lot
and
of
release.
good catch and release fishing that time of year.
Yep.
Actually, some of the best. That's when I've caught my biggest. 12-footer on a whole
Fish
shad.
like that coming out of the water.
Oh, it's incredible.
12-footer.
It was great.
And you're one of those guys.
What's one of those guys? A badass?
Oh my god. Okay, let's get rid of this carcass, guys. So
yes.
as you can see there, I really did what I could do there to avoid the belly cavities. I
Eric,
just
you want
kind
to
of
rip out one of those garbage bags?
get a shot straight up and over. So you can see there,
No.
it's very
Right down to the bone.
didn't miss any meat. Very, very tight as I could.
Well done. Oh, look, caviar.
No. No, you shouldn't see any caviar right now.
It's going down, dude.
Oh, lobster!
Hey, can you
Marlon's in here with the
It's
lobster.
going down, dude. We're
Yeah.
lobster.
Put it in.
Okay.
Welcome to the Addicted Cookies Show.
Okay, go back to
We're
main
looking for
camera.
sponsors.
I need a little hat.
Look at
Get me a hat.
Look at
Quick,
John.
quick.
You can see through that. So you guys did a good job. You can literally see through it.
Yeah, not much meat wasted.
Well, one of us had
Sharp
practice
Save
today.
that for me.
You guys did a really good
You
job.
want it?
I boiled all the heads.
All right, guys. So,
It's a good way to get a yogi.
A what?
Get over here and look at this. Switch to the side camera. Let's show these people what we're...
wait. I'm not done.
Oh, okay.
I'm
good.
not done.
Sorry.
Gosh. All right, guys. So, now what I
Everybody's
have,
freaking out about the cheeks, you guys.
I've not done sturgeon cheeks. So,
Might as well
You can
test
be
it.
our guest
Might be
next
tasty.
time.
all right, guys. So real quick, I'm going to stay on track here just for a half second. Now,
You just showed them what piece not to cut when you're flying.
don't cut the guts. So now that I've got it skinned, right? So, but I also removed all the scoots. What I'll do is I'll take my knife and I'll start with however I want to chunk the fish. So like I say, I'm going to do like a little 8-inch chunk. What I'll do is I'll just run my knife down to the skin, trying not to cut through it. Turn my knife blade and I'm going to hold my hand right here on the skin, and then I'm just going to slice it
Just don't let Marlon burn it.
down the skin.
Yeah, seriously, Jordan, can you cook?
Yeah, I'm gonna cook this, guys. Don't worry. Actually, I don't know how to do it.
What that's going to do is it's going to remove a ton of that
Man's lobster.
Never
the
done
fat there. It's going to leave it just right on the skin.
And then what we're going to do is...
Nick said you had the flies back on. He missed the whole one.
Shut up. So like I said, I'm going to do a little 4-inch chunk here. I'm just going to go down to the skin. And I will say this right now, because after that first one, you probably want to do that on a little harder surface than the fillet away, because you want to be able to push down to the I guess the hard table,
The surface.
if you will, without the surface. That's the word I was looking for.
Ding.
Hey, Clint, what'd you catch your fish on today?
It was
No,
red,
don't talk about that yet.
it was red
We're gonna
haze,
talk
dude.
all about
Ready
that
to
stuff.
get there?
red haze.
Red haze worm?
Yeah.
Ready?
I didn't know if you guys would get to the breakdown.
They catch springers.
Oh, and that's how you get rid of the fat.
Yeah. So that's so. But the only way you're gonna do that is if you get rid of the scoots prior, or else you have that bump, and then it's
Then
a
you just tear through the skin.
then it's a nightmare to skin. So that's like I said, it's just two different ways.
Jet boil pathway.
Legendary cut, Mike. Oh, yeah, attaboy.
Hey, did we ever pick a
Wanna save
winner,
this
Clint?
piece?
What's that?
I'm gonna save a piece to check on.
Yeah.
Go side cam. Oh wait, never mind. Don't go side cam.
Winner, at least one.
Okay. Mind if I have that?
You almost said yes.
Well, we gotta leave some out to cook.
Yeah,
Well,
some.
There's some.
Listen to Clint being all
It's like-
freaking fish.
He's like, I
Never
just
mind, I'm
spent
not gonna say
$500
it.
today to go catch this fish. No, you can't have it.
Dude,
It's all right. We'll
let
remember
the
that,
record
Clint.
be shown. Clint is selfish,
Yeah.
Well,
No more
I'm
flanker
never
for
getting
you.
pizza again.
and
I'm sharing this with the other people that I was fishing with that did not get a fish today as well.
make excuses.
What, your kids?
Are you being a little?
What, your kids?
No, not my kid.
What, the one guy that was with you? Just kidding.
Clint has friends. She got us.
Oh,
Wow.
back to bashing
right,
Clint on
so-
live feeds.
So
Bash Clint night.
when you get down
Dude,
to
look
the
at Josh. He's running the life.
when you get when you guys get down to the end, just turn that skin over so you have just basically you can grab onto the skin.
Intern.
You're out.
Clint, you're fired. That's all right.
And get rid of the last piece right there. So, anyways,
Okay.
who's got a bag and
Bingo.
and somebody else clean up this mess.
Oh my god.
Let's cut
Are
the
you-
commercial.
You
We need
wanna?
to pick some.
I'm not. You guys are cooking. I'm gonna talk sturgeon for a little bit.
Yeah.
We need to pick a giveaway winner, Clint.
No, we should
Good
probably
sharp
cook
Gerber
that whole
knives,
thing.
boys and girls.
What are we cooking?
Let's clean up the mess.
Yeah, so we can talk some rigging and stuff.
Yeah, we gotta talk. I got rods and stuff. We're gonna talk some other stuff. Yeah. Just don't let Marlon burn it. Very good point, Sal. Hey Sal, did you get back to me on those twitching dates, dude? I'm giving you like literally the best Saturday of the season. So you need to. Wait, is Mike going? He ain't going.
Wow.
I want to catch fish. I want people. Oh, never mind.
Wow.
All right, where's the trash bag?
Yep.
Are we getting all that done? Actually, probably just be better to take all these flame mats and just take them right outside of the hose, because that's what's nice about cleaning them up. It's super easy.
That's literally what makes those things.
Yeah, that's why I got used to them. I mean, I've had other carpeted mats and stuff before, but honestly, like those things clean up so easy. And then after you've used them for like a whole season, they'll get kind of like grungy looking. You just take the pressure washer to them, and they look brand new.
Don't forget, you guys can get these Fillet fish mats. These guys are not one of our sponsors. They're just awesome, super legit dudes, and we like their products, so go support them. Small
You
business.
want to just
here in
grab that
Washington.
and go. And I'm gonna go outside and wash my hands, and then we're gonna talk some sturgeon. Like I said, Eric and I and Clint, we're all out there fishing today, doing that. We're gonna talk a little bit about that, riggings, baits, and then I think we're gonna have Marlon's gonna put on a skirt and do some cooking for us. I think.
Yeah, boys!
Perfect.
Come on, burn and ruin this sturgeon.
Burn it all!
Keep going.
Open
Josh.
the door. I'm coming. Sorry, guys. Give us a half second. We don't really do too much live sturgeon cutting on shows.
As soon as all you guys out there watching, as soon as Clint gets back in here, we will select a winner from YouTube and one from Facebook to win one of each of these prizes. And then we're also going to be announcing 3 winners off of YouTube from our Addicted Life episodes. So if you're not over on YouTube watching our Addicted Life episodes, you're missing out because we're selecting winners every single Wednesday from our YouTube. So make sure you get over to our YouTube and subscribe, please. We're trying to put out videos every day. And we have a bunch. What were we doing today, dude?
Just nailing trout and spreading the good word.
Nailing trout. We filmed a bunch of trout tutorials today just on getting out and catching trout. It's an awesome way to get your kids out or just get out and have fun when stuff's slow. So
Absolutely.
we filmed a bunch of trout tutorials today that we have a bunch of stuff coming on the YouTube channel. So make sure you head over there and subscribe.
All right, guys. We did it. Sturgeon hath been chopped. The sturgeon is dead. We killed the sturgeon. Sturgeon is no more. Good sharp knives too, guys. That's a no-brainer.
Okay, well, let's get a rod in here.
Yeah,
you
how did
guys
that
start shooting off your what's up?
How'd that knife work, Cam?
The big knife's great for skinning, but then this little guy's really good for boning out the fillet.
Yeah, let's get those questions rallying off you guys.
Yeah, so any more
There's
questions on fillets, guys, real quick? We'll take a little half second. Did we have any other questions on fillets? People were shooting at them, but I was handling a sharp knife.
It seemed like a lot more people were just enjoying it than asking how to do it. So,
There you go.
yeah.
Now keep in mind, too, if you go with any of us, we'll fillet the sturgeon for you after
That
you
we
catch
will.
them. So there you go.
Yes, indeed.
That's a win-win if I ever heard of
What
one.
about shad fishing, Ron Parks? It sounds like it opens tomorrow on the Lower Columbia. Go
Where
get
is
them
that?
shad.
Shad.
Bet, and you better bet your butts that there will be
Bottom
an
dollar?
epic Addicted Life shad
Dude,
episode.
I
Oh,
love
It's coming.
I love
sure.
shad. Shad
Oh, yeah.
beatdowns are so much fun.
It's gonna be. You need to go take a little check on that. I need.
Yes.
To,
Well, I'm sure when I'm out there tomorrow, I'll probably be marking a few. So
Yeah, shad starts tomorrow. They did
Yes.
open that up for Lower Columbia for 2 steelhead, 2 clip steelhead. I think there was some discussion. Is it open for Chinook Jacks?
Chinook Jacks, correct? Yep.
Clipped Chinook Jacks is open as well.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
What is that? That's under
below
24
I-5.
inches, correct?
Below I-5.
Shad's already at $3,000, dude.
Oh.
Wait,
My favorite.
over
season.
Bonneville?
Yeah.
$3,000 in shad? Oh damn.
What, it's gone up like a
Over-
couple.
More than $3,000. That's $3,000.
It went up a couple thousand
A day?
yeah.
$3,000.
Oh, dude, they're here.
It was like 100 and some.
45, 14,
You know the spot?
$3,000.
Dude, shad.
45, 14, 3 grand.
Dude, you know what you should do is after you get done springer fishing tomorrow,
Yes.
go check it out because you're gonna be right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, scroll down to our fresh comments, guys.
We're going through the comments to pick
Oh,
a
pick a
winner.
winner. Never mind, you guys. They're gonna pick the first winner for tonight.
So- It's coming. Hang on.
Do 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 do.
That's not gonna computer to have them show up here. So
Oh, I
there's
see.
your
Oh, I'm
winner.
like, why are you scrolling my comments, bro?
Sorry. So there you go. There's the winner.
There's the one from Facebook.
From don't mess up. Great comment. Thanks.
So
Don't mess up.
So Alicia Moore, send us an email at orders@addicted.fishing.
Ah, she's on it. Way to go,
Yep.
Alicia.
Did she get it?
Finally, a girl one.
Yeah. The only girl on the whole live feed.
Yeah.
I know. I know.
That's
a
not
total
true.
lie. That's a total
They
lie.
just don't interact. Because you never talk to them.
I
like
don't.
this comment.
Which one is
Clint
it?
is a valuable member of Addicted.
I see
Yep,
that. I see
and-
that every week.
By the same one guy.
Ruthless.
I guess Candy's
girl
there.
wins,
Candy,
yes.
Alicia, yeah. So remember, email at orders@addicted.fishing. And now let's talk a little sturgeon today and what we're going to be doing this weekend.
Yes.
Yes.
Show all these people that don't have any clue how to sturgeon fish how you set up, Cam.
Want to talk about
What's
setups?
this rod? What's
So,
going on
okay,
here?
so let's talk setups, guys, because like I said, the sturgeon fishing is going to be popular. And like I said, this time of year when I'm going after keepers, I tend to use the actual sturgeon gear.
Really?
Just because I might end up going and fishing, 120 feet of water to 100 feet of water to 8 feet of water like we were fishing today. So I generally use a little heavier rod, like an actual sturgeon rod, because
Like a meat stick.
as you know, during the catch and release fishing in the summertime for our area, pretty much if you're having to fish any deeper than 20 feet, you're probably doing it wrong.
Right.
Because that time of year, there's so many more fish. There's a reason why they don't let us set that season that time of year, because we would literally bust the quota in half a day.
Yeah.
Because these fish are just arriving down to the estuary. So since we're having to hunt them out, I never know what I'm going to have to fish. So I will fish a more sturgeon-esque, heavier rod. This happens to be the Okuma Cedros. It's a 30 to 65 pound, 6.5 foot jigging rod. And what I do like about this little guy is it's ridiculously strong. You can tackle oversized sturgeon with it, but it does actually have a pretty light tip. But as you can see, I'm trying to get this in the angle here without bonking somebody. It's got a pretty light tip, so I can detect those bites, but it does have a lot of backbone, and the rod is real strong. I happen to also use this for bottom fish jigging and for ling cod trips as well. So it's a great little combination rod. And like I said, when you're kind of hunting them in this early season, you never know where you're going to end up. I might be bouncing 16 ounces of lead at some place in the ship channel, or I might be fishing 2 ounces on the flat. Summertime, grab your rod. Grab that setup.
Now, is that going to differ on tides, Cameron, or timing of year, water
it
temperature?
all has to do with lead.
Okay.
It's all lead. So if I'm just having to get dirty and try to fish a 120 foot deep hole with like 20 ounces of lead just to try to find fish.
Well, they're going to be.
Yeah, right. Where I'm looking for them, like
Yeah.
I said, in the early season, it's a little different than when you get to go down during the catch and release season.
Right.
What's
and
the
you're just
price
gonna
on this
stroke
rod?
them. Price on this rod is, gosh, I only want to say 114, but I think that's retail.
Yeah.
So probably on sale, $85, $89. Don't hold me to that, but it's not a very expensive rod. I've had these rods for a couple years, and man, I put them through their paces bottom fishing. I can bounce 6 ounce big heavy P-line jigs, 180 feet off the bottom, getting ling cods, and then they're great for rock fishing. They have a nice little tip too if I want to fish bait. So great if you're looking for one of those kind of all-around rod. This is it, the Cedros 30 to 65 pound.
Perfect.
And then, of course, real quick, as we got a sliding setup. I think you can probably slide that barrel swivel down. It's just got a bead protector there, and then just some kind of bead chain or clip on it.
I always used to use just another swivel.
Just another
Two,
swivel's fine.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, just another swivel's fine, and then just a very short leader because you don't want to have a 4 or 5 foot leader down there. You don't need it. You want to make sure this stuff's close down to the bottom.
Exactly.
What's
right.
that reel?
This is just the Okuma cold water round reels versus the Low Pro. I've just had this set. I've had these things for this set probably for 3 or 4 years, and they work great.
Do they have the SS model of these yet? Of the round reel, or is it just that Low
No,
Pro?
I think it's just that Low Pro or the Komodo.
And this is going to fit quite a bit more line on it. Is kind of the
It's gonna fit quite a bit more line on it, and for
Fish
like a
deeper.
true. Here's the deal: like those Okuma Low Pro, since you brought it up, those Okuma Stanless Low Pro are the best salmon reels in the world. Click them, let them down.
Yep.
a lot of times when we're jigging, we're actively jigging, or you're actively setting the hook really hard, like in those kind of fisheries, not having the thumb bar right there is beneficial for people that don't fish all the time.
Yep.
So like if you have that thumb bar on there and you just freaking go to cork a big lingcod that grabbed your bait, or sturgeon or anything like that, there is a little bit of benefits to having the round reel where you don't have that thumb bar. When it comes to salmon, steelhead fishing, anything like that, thumb bar 100 times out of 100 times.
Right.
Yeah.
So Cam, what pound test do you have on the reel, and then what pound test is your Dacron
This
there?
Dacron here is a 100-pound Dacron, and it's like I said, they're not line shy, they're not leader shy, so you don't have to worry about that. So I have a real tough line just because this will get rolled up sometimes in the fish. And also that thicker line when I wrap other baits and stuff, when I half hitch anchovies, which we can actually show you guys how to do that. When we do it, not having the thinner stuff doesn't cut the bait as easy. So the bait stays on there, lasts a little longer, and it's really durable. And I can tie just a double loop knot. I can tie just a double loop knot on my clip here, and then I can just use one of these McMahon clips, and I can change out leaders just real quick too. So having that thicker line, I think, kind of helps that. Definitely more abrasion resistance. And then the main line on the reel, I've got just a 65-pound P-line XTCB line. It's an 8-carrier braided line, and you do want braided line for these fisheries. You want to detect what's going on that end.
When you set the hook, you want no stretch.
Oh, I want to cross their eyes. This is the one fishery you just let them go ham.
I love.
And man, the guy today, I thought he was going to blow up a rod. He went ham. He went Babe Ruth.
He was really looking forward to it.
Oh man. Well, they were hitting real hard today. They were not messing around.
Last but not least, what size hook is that?
So this is a 3/0 Mustad beak bait rig, I believe what they call it, the big beak hook.
Try it 3 more times.
No, I can't because I can't. I got only it's only a 3/0. That 3/0 particular is probably more standard like a 4 or 5/0 we'd see for our normal salmon fit, but that actually is the 3/0. It's like the beak bait rig.
I like how wide it is.
What's that?
I like how wide that gap is.
Oh yeah, and I can tell you what, man, this
a lot.
sucker don't miss. Like I've been using some of the catch and release fisheries in the wintertime.
Yeah.
And it's a good hook, but like I said, any good hook you don't want that for. I want something that's at least a couple inches long, probably an inch gap. Yep.
Killer. Nice
Works
setup,
good.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, good little lingcod setups and stuff. And if we go out catch and release sturgeon fishing and the tides are right, we go out bottom fishing too.
So the only difference that you're really going to see, whether you're using rods like the Guide Select here or this, what you might need is something more of the length of this rod if you're going to be bank fishing. I'm seeing a lot of bank fishing comments. So these rods, that shorter Komodo, what's it called? Cedros. That Cedros is going to be a lot harder to be casting a bait from the bank. Unless you're going to be paddling it out on a kayak or anything like that. You're going to need one of those longer models of rods.
There's no bank love for that rod. That is strictly a jigging boat rod.
Right.
Which happens to work really good for sturgeon.
Yes.
Okay, let's go right into bait, guys.
Yeah.
We got a lot of questions.
Let's talk about this rod here too.
Okay.
Because there is a time and place for this rod as well.
Absolutely. So the reason I use my salmon rods for sturgeon is even the 36, 40 inchers feel like 6-footers. So when you're out there hooking 20, 30 fish a day, trying to sort out your keepers out of the shakers, every fish, my clients feel like it could be a keeper size. So that's why I like to use these salmon rods, the lighter salmon rods, is because the smaller fish fight incredibly hard, and everybody gets pumped every single fish.
Right.
The 1062H.
1062H, not even the XH, just the H.
Right.
They both
Exactly.
work.
With
They're strong enough. We do the XH and the H's all day long.
Exactly. And then a 50-pound braid. And then what I do a little bit different is when I'm fishing a specific bait, which is sand shrimp, I will use a mono leader. And what that allows me to do is when I'm baiting out my sand shrimp, this is not nearly as intrusive as Dacron, so it doesn't blow out my sand shrimp as
Squeeze
much.
right through
you
it.
thread them
That's
up.
quick.
Right, so I thread them up, and I've used that Dacron, and Dacron works amazing when you're using
Bait
anchovies, things like that. But with those little sand shrimp, those bigger, that bigger.
Why don't you?
That's what I was gonna say.
Why don't you rig them up?
Yeah, we can rig them up too. A couple other things too, guys. One thing when it comes to like if you're only gonna fish shallow flats, like during catch and release season 2, And if you're fishing any kind of wind and your boat's swinging around a little bit, having the longer rod so you can detect the bite, but having the softer tips also allows that bait not to get pulled around as much when you're fishing on the sand flats and you're only fishing like 3 to 4 ounces of lead, where that little rod is only going to have so much give, and it's going to be dragging and moving your weights around too. So there is a little bit of benefit to where if you're only going to fish, some of the flatter stuff too, and you're only like I said, and you're maybe a guy who wants to try sturgeon fishing and you've got heavy salmon rods, don't worry about going out and buy just sturgeon specific rods. Like I said, these Akuma Classics are damn good, strong rods and will handle 6 to 7 foot sturgeon
You can have
all
all
the
the
time.
couple dozen.
Yep. And yeah, I saw something about circle hooks. Yeah, you can use circle hooks if you want to, but I'm not patient enough for that crap.
I've tried to use circle hooks and I've missed too many fish on them. So just go back.
When we used to long line them, we'd put out 50 circle hooks on a thing and go overnight. Come
You're
back out,
sick.
And they would be hung and pinned like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, we just don't use
Just a
them on
normal
the sport
skate
fishing.
line, like you would use in the ocean.
Oh yeah, with 2 anchors.
I'm
and-
sure.
oh,
I mean, that's probably how they caught them for hundreds of years around here.
Yep.
That's probably how the good old boys are doing it right now out there.
Yeah, I'm
Can
sure,
you
there's,
use-
I'm
yeah.
sure there's some
Yeah.
lines down there somewhere as well.
Yes.
Can
Alright,
someone
ready?
use a
Alright.
mesh bag for the sand shrimp?
So I'll show you guys real quick.
Yeah.
A mesh bag.
Oh yeah, it makes little spawn sacks. That's kind
Well,
of
'cause when you're not
side
some of my
cam,
favorite
yeah.
side cam.
Like I could see that where that would be good,
Here
but
you
when you get a hot bite,
It's
like
like,
you just
yeah.
want to be whipping baits out.
holding.
Dude, I like this.
What?
I like this.
This is fun.
What does everyone think about the side cam if we just let it go?
You just gotta try to hold it still because it just starts going.
Alrighty, guys, real quick. How to bait a sand shrimp. So what I like to do?
Wait, why aren't you just cooking this back here while we're talking?
You don't want me to just tell people about it? It's a pretty cool recipe. I don't think a lot of people know about.
Okay, do it.
Wee.
Go. Do it.
Alright,
Sand
guys.
shrimp.
So sand shrimp. So what I like to do is take your hook, run it through that little piece right at the end. Then what I like to do is just wiggle that piece
Wiggle it. Nice wiggle.
right like that. Then I'll come back around. Do it again. And it's just threading it on there. And when you guys are threading this on there, just be really gentle and take an extra second. Because if you guys go quick, you can blow it out. And then when you go to cast, your sand shrimp's going to rip right off. So once you have it threaded, flip it upside down. Take your hook, run it right up. Through the chest cavity of that sand shrimp. Run it out just like so. Pull it tight. And then the important thing here, guys, is if you casted it just like this, it could definitely rip off. So I'll do a half hitch right at the end of the tail.
So at least you know you got a tail fishing.
Yep, exactly.
That's what I was gonna say. It always scared me fishing a whole one like that because you never really know what's going on out there. A little crab
And
can eat it.
you do reel in quite a few times when there isn't a bait on it. But, the whole point is we're catching fish pretty quick, so
Right.
you're not too worried about it.
When
So
you're
there,
checking quick, you're fishing shallow water,
Exactly,
so it really
so-
isn't a big pain in the butt to check a bait.
so that's...
You're gonna love me.
You'd know if you went.
You're gonna show the cam
Here
method.
we go.
You're gonna let me here. Let me do some stretchy spray.
That's what we used to
you
do.
got the hook?
Roll mop, sand shrimp,
Switch sides with me.
and
so
make
you
it look like a little noodle.
That was Jerry's thing. Anchovy and then slap a sand shrimp on the side.
Well, that's what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna do a couple of
Cam's
quick
gonna
ones.
do the ghetto mode.
So this,
We were doing
what I like to do. Take the Mr.
They look
Sand
like little
Shrimp.
bites. They look like little sticks of dynamite.
Take that little sand shrimp, and this is because I feel bad for him. I give him a little squish.
So you smush it.
Puts him out of his
I
misery.
just squish his little head.
See, I like them kicking around down there. I think it draws the sturgeon in a little bit.
Yeah.
You ever moved
I'll take 2 of them. Take your hook.
your eyes are so good.
I put that hook, lay it right there in your hand.
What's that?
That definitely does not.
And then I go like this. And
Get
then
him,
I go
get
like
him,
this. And then I go like this. And then I
Cam
Then I
down.
hook myself.
and then I hook myself right in my hand.
Brandon Esparza got like 5 fish on the same sand shrimp.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. So like you can go, I'll go this way. Bam. Now,
Done.
little crapfish ain't picking that off. And you know what? Let's say I fished that for a little bit, an hour, and yeah, exactly. Ooh, now I got bit.
I got
You little
ya.
got me.
That was a
Oh my
feisty-
gosh.
Oh,
Ooh,
he's
are
fighting back.
He's gonna kick my.
You better pinch his head.
Oh, he's dead.
I got him.
Now, so let's say, like I said, a fish eats that. You catch a fish on it, anything. There's 2 of them laying there. Put another one right on there. Put another one right on there. Just like that there, Bim.
Yeehaw.
And just wrap his butt on there too. And pretty soon, what you're going to end up with is a giant ball of shrimp or I would actually say giant ball of, anyways, the other word. And that will be a mashed, and you just keep, I just like to keep adding to it. And so if I just keep adding
Just
to
throw
that,
some
and
cure
I
on
get
that
some
bad boy and
crapfish,
fish it on Saturday.
yeah, do that. I would cast that and fish that all day long.
It's a little stick of sturgeon dynamite, dude.
Yep. Now,
Well played. Look,
Dude,
you're
now-
still squirming, Eric.
let's have some fun here. Where's those chovies?
Oh, right here.
Ooh, we're gonna add a chovy.
Yeah, let's just add a chovy on there. Let's just make a ball of freaking goodness for these little fish.
Dude, I like that
I
method.
call-
Add a
I-
little extra scent on
I
there.
call this the schmorgy.
The Schmorgy Borgies.
It's a smorgasbord.
Counterclockwise only on the stretchy bridge.
Yeah, you got to make sure your anchovies tuned when you drag it through the water, just like mackerel when you
Kind of like Pat Handy's beta eggs.
boom. Look at
That
now
is
that sucker right there is gonna go down.
400
and it's
views
gonna
and Clint
float.
will eat it.
400 viewers and Clint will eat a hook and all.
Let's put that
Yes.
Would you stop scratching your arm?
Sorry.
400
Yeah.
viewers and a $4,000 Snapchat. Clint will eat it.
Snapchat.
Look
You
at
mean
that. Oh, look at that
Super
hook too.
Oof.
Look at that hook.
That
Oh.
does look
Let's
good.
just go to the river now. Let's keep this
That
feed
mustard
live.
hook's gonna just
All right, let's switch
smash
back.
him.
Okay.
Dynamite.
Good job, fellas. That was
A couple different ways of doing things.
Well played.
Meatball.
Sure.
And like I said, that's going to get mashed and it's going to hang on there and then it's going to come in and it's going to look. You catch a couple fish on it and you know what you do? You look at it and go, oh, cool. Take another one.
That'll
Stick it right
ride.
on there and wrap it on there. You get all that scent. And then if you get your bait that's kind of worn out a little bit, I'll put it on the floor of the boat. Step on it. It like breaks it up. Put it in the water. We got some butter going on here.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh, it's food. Back off. Don't run. Don't run, Josh.
Josh, no Mike.
All right,
Dude,
guys.
get some freaking
Dude,
butter
that,
melted here. Shit's going
Looks pretty
down.
good. I'd even eat that.
It looks really
Try
good.
it. And then also, you know,
It's a shame it was
I
thrown
would
away.
continue. I would continue to wrap all the way up to the tail just to make that tip nice and sharp.
Tuning.
One thing I will say, tuning,
Yeah.
tuning your chovy sand shrimp ball. But one thing I would say too is don't lack in the stretchy thread, right? Because I mean,
Right.
I don't want to cast a bait out there,
That
have
stuff's
it
just
get
gonna-
smacked by have it get sideways looked at by a damn sculpin,
Right.
And have it
See
be gone.
that? Yeah.
So that
Exactly.
they can. Good luck, little buggers.
Shit.
Buggers, they get them.
All right.
All right.
What?
Should
Hello,
we do?
everybody. Welcome to Marlon's Kitchen.
Should we
Welcome
do
to
a?
my kitchen? We got the jet boil.
Merlin's.
We got the jet boil
Merlin
going
cooks.
here. Got some Sprite.
Yeah, what do we got going?
This is how we do it in the hood.
What this is poor man's lobster is what they call it. Basically, if you prepare the sturgeon correctly, you can make a tasty little sturgeon that tastes like lobster. What are you laughing about over there, boys? So what I did first was I melted some butter just to get ready to dip the sturgeon in there because this stuff cooks really, really fast. So once you get your Sprite into your jet boil,
You already melted some butter in there?
yeah, you don't need butter in there though when you're.
I can say I've never
Just
had
the
poor
Sprite.
man sturgeon, but I've heard I've never eaten.
I've never had it
because
either.
every time I've
Every
had
time you get it, you
sturgeon-
fry it.
exactly a beer batter fry it.
So
and
then
freaking
what you
get
do?
one.
I've never had sturgeon.
What you do, guys, is you get this.
I've heard it's really
You want to
good.
get your water just completely
Yeah, we
boiling.
caught that
You
fish
want
on
that
the
stuff
other day.
just boiling
What's that?
really,
I said we
really
caught that fish on him the other
good,
day.
which it looks like it already.
Pretty sweet.
It's the bubbles from the Sprite, Marlon.
Yeah.
Were we using
Live.
these?
Just kidding. It's already
Oh,
started.
live, yeah.
Interesting. I've never boiled Sprite.
I
Guys,
just
this is
want some
chemistry
for
hour.
jigging.
You guys, this mic is what's picking you up, so you're gonna have to turn and talk to it.
Oh yeah,
Right?
that's right. Are they hearing us good? I mean, I talk loud.
They always hear you whispering anyways. Cussing and...
Yeah. So once you get it boiling, all you guys are doing, Josh, I'm gonna have you help me if you can, because we gotta basically, you're dropping them in, and then you're gonna pull them out as they float. So as soon as they float, they're done. So you're gonna drop these suckers in, and as soon as that
so
sturgeon
get in there.
floats,
Is that Sprite boiling?
yep.
All right, we're going with this.
As soon as those sturgeon float to the top, they're done.
And it's not even boiled.
They done. Hopefully we don't run out of Sprite. It ain't gonna run out of gas.
Dude, you need to let that thing boil longer, buddy.
What's up? What'd you say?
Nothing.
Yeah, I'd let it boil a little longer there, bud. Get it rolling.
No, dude, it's called a jet boil.
It's not really boiling though.
Boils
It kind of
jet.
is.
It blows jet speed.
I can literally see it cooking.
Is he making food or bait? That's a good question. We're gonna find out. Well, if it makes him
That thing
sick,
fit
it was
in there.
bait.
You guys hear? You guys hear
Fit
that?
in there.
What?
Mike Kaplan just pulled up.
Shut up. You stole my joke, bud. That was mine.
Sideways. sideways in the driveway.
Just like pulling his e-brake.
That would if Domino's would be here.
It's getting foamy here.
What'd you
Can't
do?
see it.
Pour a little salt on there.
Pour a little
This
salt
really
on
is
it.
a recipe.
Yeah, that is not boiling. Thank you, Jasper. I completely agree.
What?
That's not, he's like, that's not boiling.
It's not boiling yet.
It's like foaming. It's not boiling.
Have you ever used a jet boil?
I know what boiling water looks
Have
like,
you ever
bro.
used a jet boil, bud?
Slurpee.
Sturgeon Slurpee.
It's
Yeah, it's straight Sprite, Colt. Yep. Chug the Sprite when done.
Oh, that
Like a
was
real
disgusting.
man, Paul. That's right. I like it.
You should try it.
I like it. I like it.
Do what? I think it's done, yeah. I can feel them.
Hey, for those of you guys too, real fast. I have. Are you? Oh, that is.
That looks done.
No.
Yeah, it's all white.
It's clear in the middle of it.
That's what we're gonna test, idiot.
That's not even close. We're gonna let that go. That needs to go. Idiot. Don't eat that.
Oh, new in the house.
Who?
Hey guys.
Oh, it's our motley movie crew.
Woohoo!
What's up?
What are you guys cooking?
What are you
Something
cooking?
you probably can't eat.
Handy sounds concerned.
Oh, Veneza. So yeah,
Poor man's lobster. Are you allergic to Sprite?
Veneza. I'm just gonna give a shout out. There's a
Salt and
couple
pepper?
places to get the bait. What I would do is if you're gonna fish the Astoria area, tackle times, getting some of the frozen, individual frozen anchovies. There's no fresh bait right now for anchovy, but they do have some sand shrimp.
Josh, why'd you put your hand in there?
Oh
Why'd you do this?
And then
Oh,
the
you
top of the
burned
garage
it.
burns down.
It's a good thing I did put my fingers in there.
Josh literally put his finger in there and it went. It had like a freaking
I-
chain reaction.
America.
Now
saw
that's
it. What's
boiling.
everybody
Hey,
think?
this one's boiling.
Please tell me that everyone witnessed that.
Everybody witnessed that. All right, how do you guys
Oh my
think that was pretty cool?
Oh man, Marlon.
I wonder how you did that.
It's boiling now.
Hey, it's boiling. Everybody says.
Now it's
It's boiling over.
Josh,
Hey,
you messed it up, dude. And now the jet boil's broken.
anyways, guys.
Wow.
Perfect timing.
How we looking?
Everybody's comments like, oh, it's boiling now, you dummy.
Way to go, Josh!
wasn't my fault.
He's gonna do it again.
It was a freaking.
Back it off.
Abort!
Go to camera 2. Go to camera 2. Go to camera 2.
You ever heard of a jet boil before?
Josh, I'm telling you.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Please don't try this at home. Oh,
Poor man's lobster.
Wilburn, you're right. Don't
Let me
do
tell
it
you
this
guys
way.
what.
Poor man doesn't have a jet boil.
Yeah, the poor man definitely don't have to jet boil.
Best live feed ever. We chop us. We had before. Were you guys watching this trap?
Hey, if you
We had a
guys
50-inch
can't make
sturgeon.
fun
We
of
were
the
we
expense of
filleted
meat, I don't know
him.
what these live feeds are for.
See, is that what that is, sturgeon?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid to eat that because I've heard a lot of people that are allergic to shellfish or allergic
They
to
eat a lot of shellfish. They eat a lot of shrimp. Actually, one of the main diets they eat a lot of clam.
Yeah, so I've heard that when people are allergic to shellfish, they can't eat.
how I want it to.
Don't try it right now.
Well, how many people are watching?
There's 250 people
I'm glad
watching.
you guys are
See if-
entertained.
Travis has an allergic reaction.
Too many Coors Light.
All you need is stick with your day jobs.
I'm still over here holding this. Why didn't you tell me this? Was
Paul Anderson might be
You know what's
it might be
funny?
drunk man's lobster.
food stamps lobster?
Oh gosh.
Way to go.
Dinner at Marlin's must always be entertaining. This is gold. I could sit here all like
I can't wait to try this. Stuff.
Supposed to use
Well, the
water.
thing is, Sprite has a lower boiling point than water.
Ah, it's chemistry.
So we totally
Oh, shit.
didn't
Well, I think you're
do
supposed to
that.
mix it half and half.
I never have.
Really?
And no, Paul, there's
I don't,
none
yeah,
of
I typically
that.
do it on a pan, in the pan though, like on the stove.
Or like simmer it.
Yeah, I just well on a stove it doesn't heat up near as fast at all.
Stove, didn't we?
Well, you don't have like a control, like you can turn it down.
I do, but it's still just
It just gets too hot.
yeah, it just
Yeah.
gets the jet boil just gets it way freaking too hot.
Turns his head for 5
You don't
seconds.
say.
What happened
But
to
the
the camera?
good thing is now
Why'd you back out, Clint? We're in full
Okay.
live mode here.
There you go.
what do you mean?
Oh man. Oh boy. Anyways,
Yeah, they are. I can see a couple.
I'm sure the sturgeon's floating now.
I can see a couple. Well, they weren't. They just started floating. Really, there's still some of them are.
Jordan just wants a little snack.
It's definitely done.
Alright, pop in the butter. Don't forget about the butter.
I know. It's really hot.
Shove it in there.
Should have just brought PB&J. I agree.
Safer.
Now, yeah. Hold on.
Alright, let's see the facial reaction.
You know what I probably shouldn't have done either? You know how there's like the fill line on the Jetboil? Like, yeah, you can put it into, you can fill it to right here.
Shouldn't have gone over it.
Yeah, I put it.
super killer. Clint, get more fish out.
Order pizza. I'm with you, Brad.
I need to. I've never ate sturgeon in my life.
Come on.
You don't get any.
Come grab another piece. It does. The way he's picking
It's
up the
Clint's
fish, it almost
fish.
tastes
You
like
don't get any,
Dungeness.
Clint. Sorry,
Probably
guys.
more like lobster than Dungeness, so it's not as sweet.
Poor man lobster.
But it's really
Hey,
good.
Nick, Paul, we should get local chefs to come in. Are you a local chef? Come on in.
That's a great idea.
That's not a bad idea. We need to start doing more of that. Maybe not for the show, but for tutorials for sure. No, Clint, you don't get
We're gonna
any.
get sick.
Clint, you don't get any.
Alright, Swanson, let's see.
Yeah, Tyler, deep fried. I'm definitely a.
Is it a little hot?
Oh, yeah.
Like boiling hot, huh?
Is it jet boil hot?
Boiled?
I know, I'm like,
But it definitely does have that crabby taste.
Alright.
Sponsored by Jet Boil. Yeah, Jet Boil, you out there? Come on, man. We can figure out what Marlon can cook.
Jetboil.
Cook.
Jetboil don't want their name on this. Trust me.
Probably burn your shop down in 5 seconds. Alright, Clint, switch it up.
Okay.
Let this guy close it.
Money, huh?
What's up? I'm just reading the comments. These are hilarious.
Hey, you guys remember that time Cameron missed that net? You guys remember that time Cameron missed that
Yeah,
net
like
job?
3.5 years ago. Jeez. Okay. Anybody remembers that? You've been around a while.
People still comment about it.
Oh,
Oh, all the time.
And now this will be the new one that gets
Yeah.
commented on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much already in every addicted life, they're like, don't let Marlon cook. You guys even said you weren't going to let me cook, and you still let me cook.
I didn't
We should know
man.
better.
It was your
We're
recipe.
slow learners, I guess.
Got Emerald Lamarlin up here.
If Marlon can't burn it on the grill, give it full send in the Jet Boil. There you go.
What do you think, Clint?
All right, guys. So let's talk a little more.
It's really good.
While you guys are burning down the yes, Colby hashtag ban Marlin. Agreed.
That hashtag is still alive, strong.
Okay, guys.
I keep it going.
Ban Marlin.
We got bait. We got the setup, everything. I'm seeing a lot of
I
questions
even
now
YouTube
for where to
search
look
and
for them.
people still comment.
Yeah.
So lower
Yes.
river fishery, so it's very shallow, very tidal oriented. What I've heard you guys say today. There's guys that caught them over 100 feet. I'm sure you guys weren't fishing much more than what 10 to 15.
There was fish caught in 120 feet, and there was fish caught in 5 or 6 feet.
Right.
They are spread out everywhere.
Let's talk. I'll just tell my story today, just because I thought it was interesting and whatever. But I started this morning and ran up to hit the flats. We had a little bit of outgoing tide.
Yeah.
And generally on the outgoing tide, when you're fishing flats, you generally want to find, these fish will get up onto these shallow, sandy
Islands or something.
Watch your hair, bud. Flames are coming. Good one, Dan. Michigan Dan. Anyways, so when we got out there this morning, we had about 2 hours outgoing tide left. And with that said, when you're getting close to the low, those fish are not going to want to get up on top of those sand flats and get dewatered. You can catch them shallow, but generally you'll want to find them in the depressions and the little channels. So we went up a little channel. It was a lot shallower than I thought. All the way around it was like 4 foot. There was one
What
spot,
was the shallowest you got in today?
like one.
Yeah, so you got in the butt puckering stage.
There's one. The sand flats where I was at, there's spots that go from 20
Where were you
to
at?
like 2 foot. Like that. So once I knew I was in that area, I was just going slow because your Navionics chips and all that stuff moves.
Slow anyways.
That-
Otherwise you piss people off.
Right. It moves around. Well, there was nobody where I was at. But regardless, went up there, dropped into the channel, got into fish right away, hit a real nice keeper, had like a triple going. We had good action for about 2 hours. And then when the tide kind of stopped, I kind of thought, oh, those fish are going to move back up on the flats, and we're just going to kind of wait them out. We let the tide turn. Nothing happened for us. We moved. Nothing happened. Didn't see any fish jumping. Didn't see anything. About 11 o'clock, I'm like, well, I'm just going to go hit every haunt that I know, and I literally moved my anchor 6 times, just trying here, trying there, trying there, trying there, trying there, trying there. Caught like, I think one more, I had one more good sturgeon bite, and that was it. Yeah. Those fish were there where I was at, and so I'll give credit where it's due. So I go to the fish cleaning station, and there's another. I don't know if he wants to be mentioned on here, so I'm not going to mention on him. But the guy's been fishing down there longer, probably than I've been alive, and he had a couple nice fish, and I was talking to him a little bit, and he's, man, the fish really died at about 8:30, 8:45, 9 o'clock, and his option was to stay where those fish were. And it probably makes a little more sense because, like, I was calling you, right? Calling everyone's kind of on the phone.
Yeah, what's the bite doing? Everybody's like, oh, well, it died.
Everyone's died. It died. Really, and what we had weather-wise, we had pretty decent weather in the morning, and then it kind of got rainy and cold and kind of crappy, and you could tell a low pressure kind of came. It really kind of hammered the bite down. But then we also lost our current on the incoming tide, so it kind of made it tough. Yeah.
Definitely an outgoing tide show today.
Yeah, it was definitely an outgoing tide show. So, like, I know some guys moved around and found them in deeper water. I tried some 60, 70-foot water. I went and tried some old, even shallower water, just right at the top end at high slack about noon, and to no avail. Like, the fish just shut off for me.
Yeah, I think they shut off for everybody. I was in anywhere from, like, 35 to 55, and once that incoming started, like you said, outgoing tide, we were getting them good. The tide slowed down, stopped. I was marking fish. They were jumping everywhere. They just did
They were jumping by you.
Yeah.
That was one thing. I did not see a jumper all day.
One of the guys on my boat's like, I've sturgeon fished for 20 years. I've never seen this many sturgeon ever jump in my life.
They were jumping around.
Man, you guys sure are eating that up for me not knowing how to cook it.
I'd say you did great.
Anyways.
But, yeah, so, jumping everywhere. I was marking them.
And you know what's funny, too? Like, whenever I get on those flats, I always... tell my clients, they go, if you're bored, just kind of watch outside. Let me know if you see just one of those sturgeon just bloop,
jump.
They just jump out. Keep your eyes open. I never saw a jumper all day.
Yeah. You know what's funny is it slowed down, and I had my fish finder on. My clients were like, oh, there's one. And I saw one like 6 feet below my boat. And my client's like, oh my gosh, it's huge. And it literally jumped like 20 feet. Like, it was coming up. We marked it, and it jumped off the right-hand side of my boat where my transducer's at.
You just watch the streak come up.
I watch it just jump right out of the water.
Oh, that's nuts.
It was crazy.
That's crazy. Man, so like I said, they were just kind of weird today. One thing, so this weekend we're going to have outgoing tide. Yes. A lot more in the morning. We're anticipating that. But there are times where the outgoing tide's garbage and the incoming is where it's at. So I think, and to this, like I said, to this guy's credit, like, he is definitely the best sturgeon fisherman down there. Been guiding for 15 years. I will still say that. And he got a couple nice fish today, too. He was telling me that he had a much more productive day on Monday, and just said the fish were being kind of weird. So it was just kind of one of those days, I think. But we ended up killing a nice fish. My client, it was her first sturgeon ever.
Good.
Of course, nice 48-inch right at the fork, just beautiful, of course, naturally.
Yes.
Had some other action, got some overs, unders, whatever. Yeah. But this Saturday should be pretty good. We got a good tide. Hopefully the weather kind of chills out a little bit.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I love sturgeon fishing, especially down there. It's so different from 2 months of springer fishing that we've been doing. Just change of pace, lots of fish, lots of action.
Yeah,
and, it's definitely unique.
I'm so ticked that you had them all jumping around your boat.
Dude, they were everywhere in there today. Everywhere. Yeah.
Damn it.
So I'm going right back there Saturday morning.
You're going right back there Saturday morning. Yeah, I'm sure they'll... What?
Maybe not
4 a.m. You're
maybe
nuts.
5.
You're nuts.
4:30.
I'm
Yeah.
ready to be following Eric now.
How many fish have you got in your life, Cam? 5. 5. Yep.
5 whole fish.
I don't know.
That one video said thousands.
Thousands. 5. Let's see here. Any questions? Yeah, so that's going to be my strategy this weekend. Sand shrimp and anchovies are the go-to, at least down where we're fishing. I don't know about the guys that are a little further upriver. Maybe they get a little more action on.
What about scents? Do you guys go with any kind of scent very often, or do you kind of throw a variable rod in the boat where you're going to add that scent to it?
I had all my Procure sand shrimp, my Procure anise, my Procure shrimp. I had it all. I was going nuts just because I knew those fish were around, but I couldn't get them to go.
Were you marking them in there? Or do you think they were just so close to the bottom that you weren't?
So on one of my moves, I moved around to another ditch.
Yeah.
And once I got into the ditch, I saw them on my side, and I saw them on my sonar. Gotcha. I'm like, they're right here. I literally just stopped, flipped the boat, dropped the anchor, and casted everything out. Never had a bite in that spot.
Isn't that weird?
But I knew they were in there. I know what they were there.
Yeah. And are you a fan of pyramid or cannonballs?
I just have the cannonballs, but
Yeah.
pyramids, if you're going to fish the flats, pyramids are better.
Yeah, that way you can probably spread your gear out and not have to worry about it sucking out with the
Yeah.
current. So
Yeah.
makes total sense.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a fun day. But like you said, and it was a nice change of pace because I missed out on the opener on Monday, and
Yeah, but there was a lot more fish around than I anticipated.
yeah,
'Cause
but
I
those,
remember fishing down there early last year,
yeah,
and we caught like one fish.
yeah, and I'm telling you what, they
I mean, they're definitely down there. I think a little bit more than people.
I would agree with
probably
that
think.
because we dropped in the first 3 hours, and I'm like, oh, this looks good, it feels good. I didn't see any jumpers. I was like, okay, outgoing tide. I go, I feel like this would be. We threw the rods out. We're just sitting there, do, and that back rod, like,
Yeah.
I got all my fish but one today on a sand shrimp, and that back rod. I mean, it was not a bite. It
Yeah.
was a salmon takedown. It was just, I'm like, no, just pinned out.
Yep.
I mean, just they were hammering.
I love how those sturgeon bite down there. It's none of this. None of this. Peck, peck, peck. Let them eat it. They're just like,
Wait,
and
you gotta
it's
be a little
there.
quicker than that. You
yeah,
gotta be quicker than
yeah.
that.
And then they
Gotcha,
drop it.
dollar.
And you're just like, crap.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, so guys, I've got some seats open on Monday. I think you do too.
I do.
So if anybody is interested in doing any of that sturgeon fishing down there, let us know. Yeah, I'm seeing some guys mentioning like the sturgeon frenzy stuff, ultra calamity. There's definitely some sense, and I felt like I bought 3 pounds of freaking anchovies. I had 3
Yep.
containers of sand shrimp. I went nuts on the bait.
Oh, dude, I was
They-
changing every
I-
20 minutes. I was reeling up checking.
Could
One
not
more
get 'em to
thing
go.
before we sign off here, everybody. Where is the deadline for the fishing? I keep seeing a few people asking
It's the
where.
It's the Wana power lines, which cross over in Wana, but I guess it'd be
We're
just
talking
downriver
Lower
of-
Columbia, everybody.
Yeah, Lower Columbia River. Down, Rex. It took 5 minutes for the first bite. I agree, but yeah, it's below it's downriver of Cathlamet, so I guess that'd be the town to
You're like,
kind of put it to. But it's the Wana power lines, and then it'd be all the way down to the buoy 10.
yeah.
Killer.
And I did talk to a buddy afterwards who was down really, 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 really low in the river, and ended up getting a couple keepers himself, and I was
Really?
pleasantly surprised. Yeah.
I like that lower section.
Really, really, really low. Like, low enough to where it's like I might go sturgeon fishing and then get bored and just have to slip out and go bottom fish.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good.
You heard it here first, everybody.
There you go. So
Yes.
there might be some fish all the way around. There might be a lot of fish around is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So,
Marlon, is there any special announcements you want to give
yeah.
before we sign off?
And
here?
I saw you guys asking for Addicted. Just hit Eric or I up. We'll hook you guys up. You guys are addicts and stuff, all that good stuff. Who won the giveaway? Oh, Alicia did. Didn't we have another giveaway too? Oh, the Addicted Life episodes giveaways, guys.
I can. They're ready.
All right, guys. So real fast, we're gonna let Marlon get here. We got to get you guys.
Do not forget, there's less than
Go
50
closer.
tickets left now for the movie. If you guys want to come see it,
That's a really crappy graphic of you holding it.
It always wants to do the face. There you go.
I'm screwing you up.
The best fish.
There you go.
nice. You see the top.
High production quality here.
There you go.
I mean, the poster looks good. Don't get me wrong.
Less than 50 tickets left, guys. So if you want to come
Yep.
see that movie, come hang out with us in Portland. It's gonna be
Marlon's gonna be cooking sturgeon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Marlon's gonna burn the house
Marlon's
down.
gonna have a jet boil booth there. What's going on there, buddy?
It's dialed.
He's
Come
going.
All right, everyone. Well,
Gordon's already been eating it all.
oh, giveaways. I'm sorry.
Giveaway. So real fast, we've got every guys. Just real quick. I know we got still a couple hundred of you guys watching here. Every Sunday we put out an episode of Addicted Life on our YouTube channel, Addicted Fishing. Thank you guys for tuning in and commenting on those. Those are great. Even when half the time you guys are just making fun of me when we're doing it. But regardless, we have a winner picked from each one of those, and we've got to do the last 3 episodes. Is that what it
Yep.
was? Because last week we did the live feed. We were out actually doing a little fishing. So let's get our winners up for. Are these the 3? These are the 3. So we got Matthew Hochstrasser,
Good job.
Ryan Fife, and
Ryan.
B Parr. 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Thanks you guys for commenting, tuning in, sharing out those Addicted Life
Make sure
episodes.
If you're on Facebook and you're not coming
If
over.
you are not coming over to our YouTube channel, then may bad luck to your fishing be cast upon you. Just kidding. I don't know.
Don't you put that evil on me.
That was terrible. But regardless, you get the point. Go over to our website. Go over to our YouTube channel, Addicted Fishing. We've got 39 episodes. 38.
Wow.
Where are we at?
Okay, each one of you guys has to
39?
at least eat a piece of
I
this
don't want to eat
in
that.
some butter and try
It's
it.
good.
I'm eating it again.
Tastes like
I'll eat
crab,
Cam's
kinda.
piece.
It tastes
Crab?
like what?
Kind of tastes like Dungeons.
That's what
It
it
doesn't-
tastes
not
like.
quite
It
as
tastes
sweet,
like
though.
crab, but not as sweet. That's like Jordan nailed it. The Sprite or the 7-Up sometimes will sweeten it up enough, but it just didn't.
Probably because it was all evaporated.
No, it's still in here. I
I
didn't
think
put it.
7-Up is a little sweet.
He cooked all the sugar out. He made caramel.
That's really good. Mm-hmm. Like that's really really good. A little firmer than halibut. Very
It's not fishy at all.
very not fishy at all. I mean, no way. That's incredible. Actually,
Cook some more.
I might have to kill one more sturgeon the rest of my life. Bring my
Yeah.
kids out to kill them. Yeah. Yep.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for tuning in.
Real fast, Derek Wilson. Yeah, I am doing kokanee trips, and I could be talked into doing one on Friday, Derek. And it's we would have some fun. It's very good right now. Yep.
Cool beans. Right on, guys. Well, if you guys want to get out in there and do some sturgeon fishing, go to my website. It's ericswansonoutdoors.com. Fill out the book a trip tab. Send it to me. It goes to my email, and we'll set it up. So.
Perfect.
Right on.
Anything else, Marlon?
No, we're good.
We do it. All right, you guys. We'll see you next Wednesday. Don't forget this Sunday about 6:30 Addicted Life episode, and get your damn tickets to Addicted Alaska too, because it's gonna be
Winding
a
down.
lot
It's
more.
gonna sell out.
It's gonna sell out, and it's a lot more fun than what you guys saw here. Trust me.
Way more
It's a
fun.
good time. Thank you guys. We'll see you again.
Later, guys.
See ya.